So I was meditating about how to teach it today, because I've taught the introduction many times, and really, in a sense, you're always coming back to the introduction. You're always coming back to the beginning. And the question that came into my mind was, what is this? What is this? Okay. The basic fundamental questions most human beings ask themselves, like, who am I? Where am I from? How did I get here? What's this all about? You know. So hopefully I'm going to attempt to answer this within the context of the introduction of the course. This is a game. Yeah? So the Eastern tradition calls this the divine Leela. Yes, it's a play of consciousness. But it's helpful to know the game that you're playing and what the rules are. And I thought this is a perfect lesson for describing what the rules of this game are. So my thoughts are images that I have made. Whatever I see reflects my thoughts. It is my thoughts that tell me where I am and what I am. The fact that I see a world in which there is suffering and loss and death shows me that I am seeing only the representation of my insane thoughts, and am not allowing my real thoughts to cast their beneficent light on what I see. Yet God's way is sure. The images I have made cannot prevail against him, because it is not my will that they do so. My will is his, and I will place no other gods before him. So in the Course, Jesus says your body's eyes don't see anything. It's just the function that you have given the body's eyes is to refract light and give you a reflection back. You can think of this as a flat screen. And actually sometimes I have the experience that this really is a flat screen. And there's the apparency of depth. You think there's a figure over there or over there, but actually that's the illusion. Yes. Sri Aurobindo calls that the million-bodied one. So I might go around from different traditions. It's like, truly there's only one of us here. But there's the apparency of many. But behind the apparency of many is just one. There's one light, one spirit behind the multiplicity of bodies. Yes. So the journey of awakening is the return to that. Yes, self-realization. The recognition of true self. But not just as a concept, not just to say that there's one, but to know, to knowledge that you really are the only one here. Yes. So what's the rules of the game? How does that occur? Well, in fact, it's already occurred. It's already happened. Like, reality hasn't been altered. But there lingers thoughts in your mind where you artificially dissociate yourself from yourself. Yes. And you put a distance between subject and object. But it's just an artificial mechanism that your mind employs. Even though you try to dissociate from it, the dissociation has never occurred. Jesus uses the idea of forgiveness. Really, it's self-recognition. It's like you can look at any one of your brothers and see yourself. And if you're making a difference in your mind, it's an artificial mechanism. So the aim is to be able to look at anyone and see yourself shining back at you. Forgiveness is the name of the game. It's like, and of course, you need to take responsibility for and be honest with the ways that you dissociate from. You know that there's particular key figures in your life that you dissociate from, and usually, and let's come back to the idea, my thoughts are images that I have made. They're reflecting back to you something that's in your own mind. Yes? This thought that appears to be outside of you on this flat screen is just reflecting back to you an idea in your mind which is offering you solution. Yes. You might see it as they're offering you a problem, and you want to reject that one from your mind. Yes? And the trick is to include and not reject. It's like you come to the fundamental conflict that you've projected out there on this flat screen, on this hologram, and you reclaim it. You go, I'm responsible. Yes? I'm the only one here. And I take responsibility for it. I'm doing it. I'm the only one doing it. So I don't want to do that anymore. Why don't I want to do that anymore? Because it's causing me pain and suffering. And I don't want to cause that to myself anymore. I want to be in peace. And of course you can't be in peace unless your brother's in peace. If you're a victim at all, it's a victim to your own thinking. You see? You're the one that's causing it to yourself. And finally, you just want to laugh. You want to be happy. You choose happiness. You eventually reach a maturity in your evolution as a soul, and you go, I don't want to be miserable and in conflict anymore. I want to be in peace and love. I read it in all the spiritual traditions that's the true nature of reality is love. I want to reside there as an embodied experience, always. Yes? So you've got to play the game. And playing the game is taking responsibility.